My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace. It's just give you a clue of what's going on with the videos I've made. I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy and Dempsey Childers. I married Childers. Both twins, Peggy and Carl, were dead. They were killed by their mother, Lina, who was unwed. So I was brought to, I don't know how I got there, but to Cortland Air Base that was being built near Moulton. It was a pigsty where I grew up, and you can't tell the hell, it's an ongoing hell. Later I wrote a book in 77, 78, medical malpractice book, MD, a license to kill, and I was living at Moonraker Apartments in Marietta, Georgia, and that's when Larry Flynt, Hustler Magazine, was shot. Let me put this down. I'm having enough trouble here with it. He was shot, and I'll put it right there. And the person that shot him and killed his attorney was programmed. I got a letter from the U.S. Attorney, June the 23rd, 79, of an ongoing investigation, national security involved. In other words, if you tell the truth about all this, stop and think about it, national security involved. Tell the truth. And now then, I was later flown out to Flint's during a campaign to replace Larry McDonald, one of the doctors I wrote about in the book. Had antifreeze put in me April the 1st of 80 after I received a letter from the FBI in Atlanta. William Harper was the U.S. Attorney. Now then, I was flown out when Larry McDonald's plane went down. I'm skipping because you can't tell it. I've tried to in some other tapes and Facebook over the years. But I was flown out to Larry Flynt's in Bel Air at the time. I became a candidate to replace Larry McDonald, and I'd written about him, and here I am, his plane's gone down, August the 31st of 83. And I'm going to say this, I had been writing about the use of mind control. MK Ultra was hauled before Congress in 53. So how about you all telling me why I've been telling this and people wanting to kill me, the messenger, and they don't have the patterns, they can't. But on YouTube or Google, you can Google mind control. You'll go to MK Ultra, you'll go to some really good sites that tell about mind control. And the Congress had them in 53, MK Ultra. So everybody's suddenly dumb. The media, no, it's controlled by the Rockefellers. And I wanted to add, the mind control murders were done in patterns. It can take away your decision-making, ability to make you go out and kill. In other words, it supersedes or overrides your own thoughts and power to make decisions or anything. You're under their command. And Aurora, Colorado, James Holmes is one of them. And by the way, so that I can, in Fort Hood, he finished right here, finished school at Blacksburg, the first one, at Virginia Tech. And that was after the April the 16th shootings, 07, at Tech, the 33, where the South Korean student ended up killing himself. Now then, so I don't run out of time, I wanted to, Eric Rudolph, the Olympic Park bombing, and the Ramsey. You get into names and things that are happening, datelines, and you get into Roswell, as in Roswell, Georgia, or Roswell, New Mexico, and you get into the alien thing. Now then, I don't doubt there's aliens. I never did. I don't doubt there's legitimate psychics. To me, it's proven itself. There's some frauds and everything. But and I'm not a psychic. Believe me, I'm working off of what's been done in patterns that were deliberately done, people knocked off. How could you prove mind control? It's invisible. So I don't lose you. Where I'm coming from on that aurora, last night I happened to be watching TV, and they were telling about the Aurora, Texas, back in 1895, where there was a crash. But I'm linking, I'd never heard of that one. So these things have been deliberately linked, and I can't tell it in the video. I couldn't tell it in 6 volumes of books, but you could tell it enough that people know it's the truth and what's being done to me. I was kidnapped, and I'm going to scoot around here. The Ramseys are from Atlanta, and Colorado, Boulder, and Denver, around that area is where a lot of this has happened. And by the way, they know. His attorney, Lynn Wood, I mean, I don't know who doesn't know. So anyway, what did I want to say? I was trying to link that. I just wanted to mention another, though, the Eric Rudolph, which I have in the past. I lived on the Appalachian Trail up here and starved and froze. And at one point, he was on the Appalachian Trail. He lived in the Jefferson Forest, North Carolina, and on. And he's in prison now. And I lived on the trail and did it, froze, starved, everybody knowing it. So I'm trying to tell you about the mind control murders. And here are the Giffords, and his name is, she's married to Mark Kelly, and his twin is Scott. That's the name of my sons, who are heirs after me to the British Crown. It's made some time ago, you can tell. The monarchy was hijacked by this, there's no word for her. I mean, really, she's using my money. The Brits' money, she sold it out just like her dad. This is my father, first of all, the real King Edward VIII, which I found out in late '83, my kidnapping and all that. That's the imposter that married Wallace Simpson. This is the imposter queen. She's part of the New World Order, and her son Charles. And this is William, and he had the gall, I don't know another word to use, to name this baby George after his great-grandfather, or great-great-grandfather, I guess, Elizabeth's father, who helped steal the crown from his own brother and give it to the Americans. He signed treaties with, I tell you who, well, let me do this. He signed treaties allowing the United States to put its military bases all over everything British, thus global control. I was kidnapped by my own uncle in '41. George, illegal 6. They named the baby after George. Right in my face. Well, I've been made a pauper and tortured all my life, and my sons, I don't even know where they are. Maybe you can get that. I wanted to get to a few things before then. I think that I made a point there. There's other tapes, videos, and all that. I wanted to give a little bit, which I haven't, to my growing up. There was horrific. I don't know how I'm alive, or my sons, or if they are alive, I hope. I wanted to say this. They dropped me off in what was a pigsty. A little, it wasn't a farm, it was a hellhole. The old man Dempsey was mentally ill. He was a twin, so you get into twins. Later there's twins, Larry, you get the Larry used in it. Larry McDonald, Larry Flint, I can go on and on. You get twins used in it, but they're done in patterns. One of the old man Dempsey's, this is where I was dropped off at age 2 from a loving home and what should have been my life in my country. And I was later told that they fed the real Peggy to the pigs, and I don't doubt it because of the things that happened. Now, Carl was killed. She killed both of them, the mother did, and the family covered it up. So I won't get into his